All right. And we are live. Welcome to the Iron Lords podcast, episode number 72. And it's another glorious Sunday, and we are back at the round table on the Lord's Day. We've got Xbox Scarlet Cloud, Spider-Man versus God of War, Bungie's handling of Forsaken, Switch stock, and PSVR 2 to discuss. So we're going to get right into it. So let's introduce the four horsemen of gaming, those usual suspects at the round table. My co-host with the co-most, my brother from another mother, the difficult game conqueror, and the how of the young wolf. My man, Lord Addict, how you doing, sir?
Doing pretty good. Let's get on and get the podcast going.
Yes, sir. Let's hit the button, man.
I don't want to hear any of this BS. Let's go.
He's like, let's go. I love it.
I'm on the clock today.
Yo, you stupid. And of course, we have our most technical gaming lord, the solo gamer who lives for the single player selfish experience, and also the Sostradamus, Mr. Offline Profile Illuminati and Lord Patreon of the Iron Bank. My man, Lord Sovereign, how you doing, sir?
Doing good, man. Doing fantastic. A little sleepy, a little groggy, but I'm good. And let's move forward. I don't want to piss Addict off, so let's go.
We on Addict clock right now. Yeah, this. And of course, we have the Incredible Hulk of this, aka the Excess Gamer.
Ooh.
The Lord of Combat Sports, who is a man of his convictions, demands nothing less than that premium experience, and is the Get Money Gamer.
Ooh.
Beloved Lord King, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing incredible. Yo, y'all guys understand, if you want to know about the Combat Talk, go watch Combat Talk. But, yo, I'm going to be the clan man, my man. Let me tell you what these clans is doing in these streets. Shout out to Jay Fonzarelli. Shout out to Tack. Shout out to Chris. Shout out to Sinister for finally coming back to the family. The family welcomes you with open arms, my brother. Open arms. We love you. Shout out to Hawaiian. Shout out to Dino. We got a shout out to Dino. We got a solid squad of clanmates, of family members that run in these ILP streets. This Destiny is popping, people. Facts. If you're not with this clan, you're a clown. Like, get down or lay down. It makes no sense for you to be running with people. All right, and I'm this is a PSA. This is a true PSA. If you're in a clan and you don't like exactly what's going on, and you're in the leaderboards and you're doing everything for your clan, but your clan is not supporting you, you got an LFG something, leave them. Come to us. If you in there with 3 or 4 of your friends, and you know you're looking for the other 3 to get this raid popping, you want to have jokes, and you don't have your clan is 50 members, there's only 3 of you can't find anybody, leave them. Come to us. Leave that clan. If you're a solo dude out there in these streets and you LFG and anything, leave them. Come to us. Leave everything and come to us. Drop what you're doing right now. Go to your Xbox and find King David OTW. I will add you as a friend, and then I will add you to the family. This is like Costa Nostra. Get down or lay down. Let me tell you something, how we do it. It is so beastly. It is so crazy. Everybody has to have the black spindle too.
That's
everybody.
Right.
And you're going to get that gun. You come in, that's at the door. Shout out to Jay Fonzarelli, who got it on his first run and got the catalyst on the second run. And he never did the jump puzzle before, and he was learning on the fly.
He did it off the rip, off the first?
Off the rip. First got it and it was in it. We do nightfalls. We do nightfalls in 5 minutes. We 1 phases, bosses that's supposed to be 3 phases. We do raids. We run raids from beginning of the morning, from when I get on at 5 o'clock in the morning to 6 p.m. in the evening. We're running raids and nightfalls and everything all day. We checking exactly who needs what and what needs where and where we at with it. All right, so don't ever think that you don't have friends to play Destiny. We are here. So leave your clan, drop them, and come join us right now. Get down and lay down.
I love it. Take over. God MC.
You gonna have to call me. You gonna have to start. You gonna have to take Get Money Gamer out, and you're gonna have the clan master or something like something with the clan because
I got you.
all day I'm running with clan mate all day. Oh, straight.
No doubt, man. Yo, that facts, man. And of course, we have the gaming ninja himself, the Shinobi LordCognito, spreading that realness in the realm of the ILP. Not telling you what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. Yeah, salute the king. The clan was absolutely lit. Destiny 2 all day. Like I said, Sinister, Hawaiian, Dino, and of course, Lord Tactical himself, getting everybody they spindles, like Lord King said. I want to shout out Lord Frodo, who we grabbed up in there. We got him his, you know what I'm saying? That was real epic. And like I said, this mode is just, actually we did escalation protocol this week for the first time. 9 of us deep, man.
You like it? Did you like it? Did you like it?
Love it. And to be real with you, I feel it needs to be a permanent mode in Destiny. Like I love it so much that it's just like, it's a shame why they don't have proper matchmaking. Because like that mode is amazing. Like that's what I expect to see on a patrol, but just bosses and everybody getting it in. We were just melting them. It was out of control. Outside of that, I obviously can't talk too much about it, but Master Chief Collection program. All I will say are things are looking very good, very promising. Like what I'm seeing, and I got to talk to Solve and Requeno. So I actually touched Octopath Traveler. So
I didn't open mine yet. How is it?
All right, the first 10 minutes I can't front Solve. It was almost in the bushes. It was almost
really.
No, mine is still in the wrapper. Don't you play with me? Mine's still in the
wrapper. Did y'all touch it? Did y'all touch it?
Nah, I didn't pick it. I have no business picking
Listen,
it.
I didn't have no business.
Like
either, but it's Lord Requeno with his pushing ways, his drug game addicting ways, pushing his game on me. And he's like, no, they got the demo, like I said last ILP. So I basically, threw that joint on and
So you bought it or you got the demo?
No, I got the demo.
Okay.
First, that's a touch, you know what I'm saying? So, pretty much the demo, whatever. And it's just very slow. They got voice dialogue, but for whatever reason, you know how you press the button to let them finish talking? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's too many button presses. Like, it's just not fast enough. Like, it should be seamless. And it was just dragging. I'm like, I don't know if I could deal with this. You know what I'm saying? And then when I got to a certain part, maybe 30 minutes in or whatever, it started to heat. And I'm like, okay. And I'm starting to get the hang of it. And the fighting is traditional, the 16-bit JRPG, turn page. So that's what I liked. I'm like, okay, it was getting into it. But they got the guy I had some skill. He's a scholar. He can analyze you. So like you fight the dude, and then like he'd be like, okay, this dude's susceptible to fire. This dude's susceptible to this. And you can keep learning. Like that guy I picked has a unique skill. Even when he conversates with the townspeople, he analyzes you, like, yo, that dude right there, he, he's stealing or he this. Like it's funny. Like so I started into it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, all right, I see why people are getting into it. I'm still not ready to purchase just yet because I got too much backlog to be dealing with some 70-hour game right now. Yeah. But I just wanted to say,
let me tell you how I got mine. I'll go to Best Buy, right? And I went there to go pick up what is that date? Ready Player One, whatever. Movie. Right? So I go on there and then I saw Rampage there. I picked up Rampage because it's sentimental to my heart because video games. Like, wow.
Jackson.
Oh no!
saw Rampage Jackson.
I saw Rampage. I was like, oh, word.
No. I picked up the movie Rampage with The Rock, and I get to the counter. And the lady goes, "Oh, you have $50 in Best Buy bucks. You want to use that now?" Yeah. So I thought they had one copy of Octopath Traveler. I was like, hello, picked it up. Right? They didn't have any more left. So I got it for the free, basically.
Nice.
And I said, let me check this out. Oh, listen, I see it's 29 people watching and only 12 people done checked that likes. Like,
come on now.
What's going on? You don't like me? What's happening?
We in the realm of the Lords. Come on now.
Let's go get that.
No doubt. Yeah, man. Now, I know what you mean. Like when you get the you go to Best Buy, like they tell you, "Yo, you've got extra dough." You know.
Yeah, so that's how I got it, and I didn't open it yet. So you just scared me when you was like you was about to throw it in the box.
No, it was close because
like, oh,
it was just moving slow, and it's so much dialogue. So I'm like, all right, cool. And besides the dialogue, they're talking their dialogue. So that's the other thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I like the fact that they got it, but it's just like getting through to speed it up. That's all I was doing. So I found some.
I'm down with the audio. I'm down.
I like the audio. I like the audio. You know what I'm saying? It just had to speed it up. So that was pretty much it. Lord Addict, what you been playing, man?
Nothing the past couple days, really.
Yeah, been low key.
Oh, he came in there with a raid with us. Hold on.
Yeah, he was
in that raid with us.
He's in the raid. He's in escalation protocol with me. So you've been playing something.
He been playing. He didn't like what was transpiring in that raid, though. He didn't like what was transpiring.
Yeah, I heard about that.
He just checked out on him. Mm-hmm. Yeah, what I say is this. We have patience. When we're taking somebody through the raid, we came up with a new rule. Mm-hmm. We're not going to try to break in 3 players or 4 players when we go through the raid. We're going to take you through the raid. We're going to have seasoned veterans. And we're gonna Sherpa one novice through and teach the novice ground up. And that novice is gonna learn. There's gonna be a rotation. We're gonna take the next novice through. If you've never done a raid and it's completely brand new to you, don't be afraid. We'll take you through it and we'll get you through everything. But we're only gonna take one at a time. Now, those days where we got everybody's veterans, we just run it. It's no problem. But we're not going to take 2 and 3 and 4. That's what we was doing, and we was in a raid for 3 hours, which shouldn't be. Right?
No doubt. That happens. Like I think you're right. It's just like you got to have, I feel like just one noob to kind of bring them through. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to like multiple people who haven't done it, because then it really. So I can understand Addict's frustration with that. Okay, Addict. I was gonna say that
escalation protocol stuff. Nah, that's for the bushes. It's cool, it's fun to do, but I did it. We did it 3 or 4 times, and I didn't get one single.
That's what the real issue is, and I feel you.
Like 4 times that I don't get anything, and this is
you didn't get the boots, the gun, or nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah,
I got full armor set. I'm missing just the helmet.
And I'm like, look, like it'd be different if this thing is like equivalent to like a POE or something. It doesn't take that. Like 1 round is a POE. It takes mad amounts of time to go through 7 rounds like that, and you really don't get anything from it. It's just not worth it.
Nah, it is worth it. You just were unlucky. But I hear what you're saying. Like, I thought you would like it because I just like fighting boss after boss after boss. So
it's cool to do it one time, but the bosses change. They're the same thing.
No, it's the same thing for the week. Each week. It's like a weekly reset. Then it changes up again, and it's a whole new boss. It's a whole new set of things. But I get it for your first time. And trust me, I was in my feelings too when we played. I'm like, damn, I heard Neil got the gun. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is those weapons are powerful. They're super. Those Ikelos, they're very powerful.
DJ, we flawless on Destiny 1.
Yeah, we did.
DJ, join me right now. Go to your Xbox, add me as a friend. I believe you did already, and join my clan because you're talking about you was carrying people through. So we want you.
No doubt.
This is active poaching. Like I'm out here really actively poaching. Like if you listen to other people's podcasts and you don't want to leave the other people's podcasts because they're your friends, I don't care. Leave them and join us. I don't care. Like leave your clan. Like if you're the clan leader and you tell your clan we are ILP now and we're going over there. Like you tell them, you leave the message in the box and say get down and lay down, but I'm going over there. Like you leave. All right, you go. I want 500 strong. I want 500 strong with 400 playing. I want y'all in there. Like, come on, let's go.
Let's go. No doubt. What's up, Sal? You gonna say that?
So yeah, for me who has not played in forever, what is escalation protocol?
Oh, it's dropping the War Mind.
It's a waste of time.
Nah, he just hating. To be honest, he would have been good if he would have got a weapon. But I understand his frustration. But it's basically in the patrol space of the war mine on Mars, and it's huge, and it's basically all these different mechanics you have to do to unlock bosses, to then fight bosses, and then keep progressing. And there's levels to it. And it's extremely hard. Like you have to be at minimum, 370 or whatever, 360 to kind of do it.
Let me explain to you what this is.
Here we go with the hate. Let's go.
It's killing a bunch of shit or killing 3 crystals and then a bunch of shit. There's no.
What's the 3 crystals thing? The 3 crystals
shadow rift
for time.
Then you spend 30 minutes doing an entire wave, all 7 rounds.
It is not 30 minutes for an entire wave. No, it's not.
It takes about 7 minutes every round.
No, it doesn't. It takes about 30 minutes about the whole thing.
That's what I meant. The whole thing.
Oh, my bad. I thought you meant per round. I was like, no, it's not.
Yo, AJ, clearing 7 rounds is not an easy thing. Like, and for you to say, yo, we cleared 7 rounds, which we did. We was doing it back to back.
4 times in a row. I didn't get shit.
Right.
That's really what the issue is. That's what the issue is.
Just let us know. That's what he's upset. He's supposed to. He wants something.
True or false? Do we? This shit's not easy.
Language.
It's not. Like this event is not easy.
Right.
And I'm sorry. I just don't feel like that you should get this done and not get nothing for it. Like, regardless,
you're wrong about that. All I'm saying is you got crazy unlucky, and I understand that. After
4
you're
times in a row, I think it's just.
But here's the thing: the drops. It's just like you're doing a raid. If we all do a raid, you're not
guaranteed at least something. A whole raid.
What he's saying, I understand exactly what Alec is saying.
Mm-hmm.
He's guaranteed something in the raid, even if it's something that he has already. At least he can see progress in one direction or another.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand that, and I feel that. I just never heard of anybody doing.
I've never heard
protocol, and when they open the chest and they don't get anything.
What happened is I got a bomb, but I didn't get a weapon. So you're gonna get an armor piece. It's just that you didn't. The weapon part that I kind of agree in some respect that maybe you should get a guaranteed joint after you complete it.
This is like some of the hardest in-game content in this game, and it's just like the RNG's all messed up. Like
I would agree with that. I agree. I feel that after, especially when we ran it the second and third time, we should at least got something weapon-wise. We did all get you guarantee something armor-wise. You just got to check. Maybe you didn't realize it was that. You probably just thought it was.
What it is there's no vendor for the thing. So
Chief Tommy, LordCognito did bring up the Halo.
Mm-hmm.
He did talk about the Halo.
Mm-hmm.
What it is I guess he can't really go into what's going on with the Halo.
I'm under NDA.
He's under NDA.
All I can say is it's very promising, and I'm very excited. I'm very excited. Looking going forward.
About 2 years too late.
Oh my Lord! Here we did you?
It's never too late when you purchase the game. It's never too late. No, he didn't. Somebody got to get. He in sourpuss mode. He in sourpuss mode. We got to take him out of sourpuss mode. This is what I'm talking about. I like games that I purchase and they still constantly upgrading them when they think everybody threw it in the bushes.
I mean, I hope they had to upgrade them because it was at the floor ground when it came out.
So Master Chief Collection, which is not.
It's just like today is sourpuss mode in Addict World.
Sourpuss mode, like
it's
not like Halo. The Master Chief Collection was such a letdown for me. I don't care about that game anymore.
But it was someone in the chat asked about it, so I just
something was funny is you don't care about it, but just because you don't care about it don't mean it's not relevant. And Chief Tommy asked about it.
I just don't understand. Like this is my when I come on here, I speak for my opinion. I don't care about Tom and Dom. Like I don't. Like
shout out to Chief Tommy. We love you. Thank you for asking. Thank you for asking.
From my perspective,
I can talk about it. I will let you know because the fans wanted to know. Anyway, right along. Let's get to last week's format. Last week's poll results are in, and the people have spoken to the question. With the recent article by Eurogamer on the state of Crackdown 3 development, what do you think Xbox should do in terms of its release? The winner at 49% in a fairly convincing 4-way ILP poll is the Crackdown 3 February release is fine. The delay is okay group. Coming in at second place at only 25% was the Shallow Lords. Crackdown 3 is a free Game Pass rental group. At third place with 14% of the vote was Move Crackdown 3 to Scarlet group. And in a close last place at 12% was the Scrap Crackdown 3 entirely. It's a mess group. Thanks to all the Lord people.
Shut up. To hell with those people.
Thanks to all those people in the bushes. Thanks to all the Lord
Yeah, throw them straight in the bushes.
who voted on last week's ILP poll section. Let's start with Lord Sour himself. What do you think about this? Lord Sour.
Yo!
Lord Sour.
He's like, that's not my name. I'm not answering.
No, I'm not answering that.
Yo!
Man, I have my Xbox on one of my monitors. I don't have to answer nothing.
Oh my Lord, this man didn't get no breakfast. He didn't drink. I don't know what's
He is
going on.
Grumpykins.
He's grumpy
Shout out
today.
to Grumpykins.
So any of the Lords could jump in. What do we think about the Lord? This whole thing with Crackdown. The people that voted.
Shallow.
I'm shallow too. You know what? At this point, you know what it is with Crackdown? It's like we said before. I think there's too much pressure on this game to be something more than it is. And I would have liked them to expand upon what, the Crackdown formula is. And if they do, great. If they don't, I have Game Pass.
Chat is bugging out, son.
Hashtag Lord Sour.
Yo, the chat is going in on hashtag Lord Sourpuss.
I gotta start some trouble with Addict today. We haven't beef in 2 podcasts. So we would do.
Let's hit those likes, guys. 40.
No, but you
Let's
say
go. Let's get the numbers
you were saying
Nah, I mean, listen, man, it's in Game Pass. I think all the big Game Pass games that have come down the pipeline, I've purchased because of either, getting early access or extra stuff, whatnot. Crackdown is the one that I'm probably not going to purchase separately. I'm just going to use my Game Pass, play it. And if it's great, great. If not, oh well. It's just one of those things.
I feel it. Looks like I said, people they were second place. You know what I'm saying? So it was what it was. The people definitely just want the game to come out without the delay, and then there's people that just say, "Hey, it's in Game Pass." So what? So anyway, that was the poll. Stay tuned for the new ILP poll at the end of the show.
That's Dizzy. All right, sorry. Let me answer Dizzy.
Okay, what Dizzy got?
All right, Dizzy. Anybody that plays with me in the daytime knows that I'm on this weight loss thing, and I adapted the water diet, right? Which consists of drinking a gallon to 2 gallons of water a day and having 1 meal. So all day long, I'm up to 3 gallons of water a day, and I'm eating 1 meal. And the results is ridiculous. It's crazy. So right now you just caught me drinking my water, and I put also on Twitter what's inside the water, which is phenomenal. It's an additive that you put in. Oh no, sir. I'm not getting saucy on the show. It's just no. This is just.
It looks kind of like a
water.
It looks like a LeBlanc, man.
Like. It's just nice water. So, yeah. That's what I'm drinking, Dizzy. So it ain't no craziness happening over here. He thought I was actually pouring in some LeBlanc. Yeah,
that's where the jokes come from. He out there getting fit.
He's sauced.
No. So that was the poll. Whatever. Stay tuned for the new ILP poll at the end of the show. So let's get into these round table topics. Lord King. We got some Scarlet stuff going on in these streets. What's happening, man?
Well, right now they're talking about dropping 2 systems, right? And they're talking about dropping a system. This is the rumors. These are the rumors that's out here in these streets, and they're talking about dropping a system that is a traditional system with the disk drive, hard drive, CPU, processor, everything, the whole shebang. And that's normally how everything goes. But then wild news came out that they're trying to drop a streaming only system. Now, the only way I can see that actually happening, and this has been coming out with new information, that on the streaming system itself, which will probably be something really small, but it will have a CPU probably inside, a hard drive that, I expected to have a hard drive, and probably a PPU for processing as far as like barriers and stuff like that. So you offloading most of the stuff, and the graphical stuff is being done in the cloud. My question is this history repeating itself with mixed messaging? Right? And is Microsoft dividing the groups before the groups even get a chance to form? Sony, we already know the PlayStation 5 is one way. we know from what we've heard that it's going to have the Ryzen chip. It's going to be a traditional console. Again, Sony is very clear with their path in PlayStation 5 from what we hear so far.
Right.
But what we hear with Microsoft so far is very convoluted, very what's going on? Am I going to get a streaming system? People is already saying, I don't want a streaming system. If they do that, I'm out. But they have a traditional system. Oh, they're doing the traditional system. Why are they doing a streaming system? So my question is Microsoft setting itself up for a fall by dividing the fan base and having them in fight with all of these rumors? And they're not clearing anything up because they said the Scarlet is going to have multiple SKUs. I'm confused. Are you?
All right, let's get to it. I'm gonna let Lord Addict start. Before we actually let him jump in, let's clarify a couple things, right? So, from what we know, right, the two SKUs, one will be a traditional physical hardware, and then the second one will be kind of like a dedicated cloud streaming device, like a low-powered device.
Right, it'll be a low-powered device, and like King said, the question is with latency, especially in the United States, right, with internet speeds being what they are. So, the argument there is that they've figured out some way to offload some of the bottleneck that usually occurs in something like that to actually have good, fairly powerful hardware in the streaming box that offloads that stuff locally, so that you can just focus on the GPU stuff being pushed on the cloud. So you're not doing everything in the cloud.
So pretty much it's not going to have the internals of the entire physical Scarlet, but it'll have some device, some things inside of it for specific tasks, like, the input, image processing, and collision detection, because those seem to be the things, at least that kind of hinder cloud gaming, right?
Exactly. They create that lag.
Right. So that will be in the streaming box and should bring the price down ultimately of the streaming box, correct?
It'll be more expensive than your typical streaming box. It'll be more expensive than an Amazon Fire or an Apple TV or something like that, or Roku. It'll be more expensive than that because there will be actual fairly powerful hardware in there. But again, like, $200. Imagine that $200
for console. That's pretty huge.
That's what I'm thinking. Like
that's a pretty huge thing. And then so just to understand for the people who are just trying to get in the news, like, so pretty much a portion of the game is going to run locally with the streaming one, and then the Xbox Cloud is going to kind of splice. So basically, from my understanding, the game's going to be running in two locations at the same time, and Microsoft's Cloud is going to kind of stitch it together with the dedicated stuff, with the controller inputs and stuff like that in the device to kind of really help alleviate the lag issue.
I don't really see the game running in two places at one time. More so that, like, again, the compute stuff is going to be happening locally. The game will be running on a server somewhere to your your machine. But
the rumor is that the game will run in two places. You know what I'm saying? That's what
you're right. You're right, because I did hear something that basically the Scarlet Cloud will have the ability to actually run the game at low settings. So what you would consider low settings for a PC, if you wanted to run it locally, you could run it at those settings, just locally on the machine.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty interesting stuff. This is uncharted territory. Obviously, we all have, our feelings on game streaming stuff. Let's start with Lord Addict, because what do you feel, and to Lord King's question, as far as like them splitting up the SKUs, having a physical one? Do you think that's going to confuse the consumer base? And for you personally, how interested are you in either?
I don't think it's not even. I don't even really think it really matters, the internet side of it. I mean, that does, obviously, in the terms of people's connections. I don't think that streaming is mainstream enough in gaming right now to even like try to come out. Like, maybe if Google or something like this up till now, like, you got the NVIDIA shields and stuff to do it, but besides that, you don't really have a whole lot of streaming in general. Like when it comes to games. NVIDIA has a couple different streaming methods, but I don't think it's popular enough to come off the shelves like that.
Now let me ask you this, Lord. What do you feel about Xbox Scarlet reveal? They put out the two SKUs, and let's say, for argument's sake, Xbox Scarlet traditional is $500, right? And then they come with that $200 price point for Scarlet.
I think that's a mistake.
You think it's a mistake? Well, tell me why. Give me your opinion.
I don't think people are going to look at the traditional one before they look at that, the streaming one. I feel like, I don't know. Part of me feels like the internet to a lot of, I can't really speak on it until I know how the latency is. Like if the latency is good and it's not an issue, there's going to be a lot of people to pick that up over it. But like at the end of the day, like, and
isn't that playing into Microsoft's main objective?
Like, and shout out to Jez in the chat. He said he thought this system was going to come first, and there's some rumors about that as well. You know what I'm saying? That they might release. Upset. Yeah, I think I might be upset, but I feel what you said. Continue that. You get me thinking. Continue.
I just don't think we're at a position with anything really. Like, I don't think that even
2020, 2 years from now, when it's
2020 maybe, but like I said, like I don't think. Do you think that as of right now, let's say that the music industry, because obviously every industry is in the streaming game. That's pretty much how it is right now.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Do you think if they would have just jumped, it was like, okay, like we're going to give you a box that, like, I just don't think we're at that position. Like, if it was a little bit, like, look what happened. The moment they announced it, Twitter blew up. So I don't like that. I don't want that. And that's just the minority, the people on Twitter. But, these people are the ones telling their friends, well, that's not going to work. Like, I don't think it's socially acceptable enough to play games through a streaming device yet. I just don't.
It's something, to me, it's just that if they're talking about this, like it's a reality, right? And if you heard other companies talk about it, you heard Ubisoft talking about, like, this is the future. My thinking is that they figured something out that we're not privy to.
I could tell you one sentence to completely debunk that. They thought 2013 was the future too, and look how that happened.
True, but can we also make the argument that
we're there right now?
We're there now.
Everything that they talked about already is in the box, and we're doing what they said.
It's in the box.
You just kicked and screamed going into it.
There's a lot of games with service games going on, but like I said, at that time, digitally was not acceptable. The entire internet lashed out, and they lost an entire generation over that decision.
I think the messaging was more the problem than that part. Like,
well, right now, the game, it hasn't been formally announced, but they made any kind of
rolling
comment?
with you, Addict. He's like, yes, 2013. Yo, Jez is rocking with you.
But have they came out and made an announcement like debunking this or anything like that?
No, not at all. And they're not going to. This is from a leak. So
this is a leak.
Well, I get that. I get that. But at the end of the day, like, I'm not going to say this would be as bad because there is an alternative.
Right.
But if that alternative is $500, I don't see it being good for them. Like, if Sony drops $400,
$500.
I just do that as a number.
No. LordCognito's not the only one that I've heard people that I won't name that are confident it's coming out at $500.
Well, if it's coming out at $500, what price would the X be? Like if the X is $199,
and that's that,
and then the streaming system is $299, I think, and then the hardware system is
TF God coming at you. Addict, he said that you arguing Blockbuster is the future when Xbox is about to come out with Netflix.
Okay, but when Netflix came out, like,
nobody was there though. They had to wait till the bill.
You gonna let TF God live? I'm shocked,
man. Like, they just here. Oh, I'm gonna mute my mic.
Listen, Lord Sourpuss today is not feeling the rhetoric. Like, so,
in his defense, I shout out to Lord J. Fonz. I've seen a couple people, are very anti, Scarlet Cloud SKU. They're just not.
I don't mind the Scarlet thing, but like at the end of the day, how many people are going to get a streaming box? And that's another thing that I don't like the direction they're going. is like, I don't necessarily. I think this mid-generation thing is going to make consoles here going forward weird.
Okay, in which way?
Because now we're going to have this next Xbox come out. Does that mean like the X takes over what the S is at the moment?
It's
like
possible.
So are they going to start developing for 3 platforms at the same time? Like,
these are good questions. I'm glad you asked that. That's a great question too. Does the OG or the S now become obsolete? Because me and Sarvis talked about this. We've talked about this on previous ILPs that at some point there's a physical cutoff.
Like, Jez has an issue with them making games for the Windows at the same time. That's not even necessarily my issue. My issue is, like, are we going to be able to get games that really do something on the X because they're making it for the S too? I mean, the X,
right? Which is King's concern.
That's my whole
let's not go too hard into this. We're crazy hard into this. Sounds go crazy. Go ahead, King. I'm sorry.
That was my whole issue. Like, everybody probably thought this week that King jumped ship and switched sides, and he's in Sony camp. King is a Sony sympathizer.
Yeah, you've been paid off.
That's what he probably think right
10
now.
pieces of silver.
I'm sorry, it's a genuine concern. It is when you have PlayStation. Let's say 2 years into the next gen, when Sony's making games only for PS5, and they're still making games for the X, like 5 years after it comes out.
Hold on to that thought. What you just said. Because when we do the PSVR topic, I got some news to break on that. So hold on to that. Yeah. That's a good talking point right there. So let's get you in on this, man. What do you feel about the two SKUs of this? First of all, how do you feel about the Xbox Scarlet Cloud in general?
I'm Benedict King.
I like that. Benedict King.
I love that. Benedict King.
No doubt. El Boogie said PS5. Okay. All right, hold on. Lord Editor has spoken. There is no way the X becomes the base model. CPU jump alone makes it impossible. You're probably going to be able to stream games to your S or X, but to run them natively, you'll need the newest hardware. All right, so I need your opinions on this. The Scarlet Cloud, and does this confuse the base?
It confuses the base if they continue to do what they've done, which is be funny with the messaging. They have to get better at clear messaging that one thing is one thing and one thing is another thing. Once they start trying to create funny language around this stuff, then you start confusing people, and it looks like you're purposely trying to confuse people, right? Because you're hiding something, and that's something that they've been accused of in the past, and rightfully so. You have to be very clear about this messaging, especially if you're trying to sell people on two pieces of hardware at the same time. You have to be clear about the base console, the home console being your traditional console, powerful console. I do see it being $500. If we're talking about doubling the GPU in the X and a serious bump in CPU, you're not doing that for less than $500. You're not. So in order to alleviate that narrative a little bit, to me, if you're talking about a cloud streaming device, as like I said, they would not be talking about this in earnest if they didn't figure something out that closes that rift. Because why would they be coming to the table with the same thing that's been failing for 10 years already? Why would they? It doesn't make any sense. So, like,
at the Microsoft isn't talking about anything.
At the end of the day, right? That's a good point.
But the leak comes from a source that has been pretty good in the past, right? So it's fairly credible and again, everything they've been talking about, it makes sense that this would be something that they're doing. And again, and by separating it, right, they're alleviating the mistake they made with Xbox One in 2013, whereas that they forced everything on you. They forced the connect on you.
They forced the connect on you. They forced the digital, rights and the DRM, and that was the difference.
They're giving you options. They just have to be clear about the fact that they're giving you those options. You can't, give some weird convoluted message and people are like, I don't know which one to buy now. I don't know what this is. Like, you can't be there.
You're right. El Boogie actually agrees with you in the chat. I think the messaging is good. Let me jump in. This is interesting. You know what I'm saying? Because when I first heard it, I had some reservations too. I mean, King and I, we OGs, or most of us here on the panel, and we're just not used to hearing that, right? And we've seen the past of what cloud stream gaming looks like. You know what I'm saying? So as far the fact that as long as they have traditional console, I personally don't really have an issue, right? That as long as the old school way to play games, that's it. Now I will say, as a techie, I'm purchasing both day one. I'm gonna have the first one in the living room, and I'm gonna have the Scarlet Cloud in the bedroom, and I want to test it. I want to see, because there's some things about that's very appealing to me. Like
I've been told that the streaming is going to come out before the main console.
I don't know. I can't say you're wrong.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. I don't know.
That would be a dumb move.
If that happens, I don't agree with that.
Don't do that.
So my thing is this: like, I think of a world where it's like, okay, we love our Switch, right? But at the same time, we know we're not going to have that graphical fidelity of an X, right? So I'm thinking about we go to E3, King. Solve Addict.
Right? We just take our little box with us.
The little box. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you just go with you. Now the issue is going to be.
We have a hard time getting on Facebook at a hotel.
We're going to talk about those.
Remember, we stopped doing hotels. We stopped. You wasn't there this year.
Yeah.
It wasn't there this year. Sorry, we don't do that no more.
The Castle of the Lords, where we did this. Shout out to PlayStation, bro. Shout out to Lord Sam in the chat. You know what I'm saying? All our LA Connect. But yeah, man, like that, I just thought it would work. It hurts sometimes. I love my Switch, don't get me wrong, but it hurts. I'm like, damn, I want to play a little, Destiny right now. I want to play a little, whatever right now. So that part of it is very appealing for people who have strong internet. For those who don't have strong internet, data caps, this is not for you. That's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? But I will say it is tempting if they come in with that 150 to 200. And if that person fits the criteria where they have, a good internet, stuff, and they're willing, because most likely we will agree that you're gonna have to buy some type of subscription service to have those gains. Right. And that the main thing is just let's see how this thing works. I mean,
the best way that this could work out for them, they're gonna have to contact these big providers.
Yeah.
And they're gonna have to be like, we'll give you X amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
But this device doesn't count against your data caps.
Right. They could, if they could figure that out.
Because they've done exceptions like this for like Pokemon Go. Nintendo literally had certain providers where if you use Pokemon Go, it didn't use your data at all.
That's what's up. That's a huge deal. Also, if
they better strike a deal.
Exactly. This is my feeling on it. If anybody could do it, it's got to be Microsoft, right? They've been pushing this narrative since 2013.
I mean, they got one of the biggest cloud computing companies in the world.
They've been setting up data servers all this time. The focus from Satya and them is cloud. And then let's be real now. Let's be 100% practical real. Mixer, for whatever you say, that latency,
it's pretty much not.
It's non-existent. That's what makes me hard to stream on Twitch, because I'm just like, damn, the comments come in late and da-da-da-da. Yeah. Now, the ultimate test for me is like a game like a Destiny, an only online multiplayer game utilizing resources.
But I do want to ask you guys a question.
Let's go.
What's the point in getting something like an X? Because damn well you ain't streaming 4K on a streaming device.
Wait. Apparently, according, I got to give my crew, RDX, dealing them. Apparently, the NVIDIA Shield is doing that. They got latency. They don't have the things that this thing.
What are they?
I got the NVIDIA Shield. I got them in every time they came out. I'm just telling you. I can comment. I've purchased it on every form that the NVIDIA Shield has came out, and the last form was the tablet that I thought was going to be the Switch. It's a lot more powerful than the Switch. The Tegra 2. It's a lot more powerful than the Switch. This is why I thought the Switch was going to do it. When I played the demo of Resident Evil 7 on their joint, only thing that was different was the resolution, but the graphical detail was there. And I was streaming from Japan, mind you, because the servers was there. It was still running decent for the little piece that I got of it.
I think what's going to happen.
That's streaming 4K streaming. They can do it.
You two are gonna stream off that thing one time and be like, nah, I can't do this.
Oh my god!
I honestly think like you're gonna play the original. You're gonna play whatever their next stuff is, and be like, yo, this looks amazing. Then play that. It looks like an X or an S, and be like, yeah, I'm done with that. Look how quick you guys dropped everything else in the previous gen. I can't. Every time I play anything, LordCognito was like, yeah, that's what that peasant S is for. So you mean to tell me?
Yes.
You're gonna go ahead and downgrade the stream stuff when you.
But why you consider it a downgrade? Because remember, most likely this stuff is gonna be based on your data capacity, right? Your home data. Like I'm a FiOS 150 up, 50 down. Like ain't nothing holding me back on stream.
I highly doubt, regardless what connection you have, it's gonna look as good as a native system.
I don't know that until we.
You know what? I'm
gonna
go with. I'm gonna go with the whole fact of when we get native 4K Ultra Blu-ray disc, and when you stream, like, okay, this is what I was going at the PlayStation do. Right. This is when I was snapping on PlayStation where they don't have native 4K, and I was like, this is Xbox exclusive. Yeah.
Mojo's in the chat. All games will play on the X2 and the X and SN stream box. It's not complicated. Games will scale to each console. Stop spreading fear and misinformation.
Oh no, we're not spreading fear and misinformation.
When have I ever stated any of this is fact?
Whatever message that's going through, it's convoluted.
I didn't say none of this is facts. It's my
fear mongering. That's all it is. Fear mongering.
You said it's fear mongering. How is it fear mongering?
I don't want to kill it because at the end of the day, let's be in his defense. Let's be real. Up until this point, you mean
in our defense? I'm in Addict's camp.
Oh, you're in Addict's camp. My bad. So I'm in
Addict's camp.
You and King and Addict in your defense. Prior to this point, game streaming has been relatively a joke. You know what I'm saying? It's not something viable. You know, you look at PS Now, you look at past. It's just not. It's not been good.
I can't say that because y'all don't play the Shield. The Shield actually is really great.
But the Shield has hardware in it. That's the thing. The Shield is
that's what Microsoft is going to have. They're going to have hardware in it.
Right.
And that's the difference between that and all the streaming stuff that's before. Like King and I know we bought OnLive day one. OnLive was a little box. It had nothing in there except the connections for your TV. There was nothing there. And we were playing Assassin's Creed 2 looking soupy and Vaseline. Like, you know.
I still got mine, and I look at it every once in a while, like,
But it was a jumping off point, right? It's a jumping off point. You learn from that stuff. That's why I sincerely believe that they have something figured out that we're not necessarily privy to. And let me look at NVIDIA.
Yeah. I was gonna finish my point, and then
finish up, and then I'll say one last thing I want to say.
Listen, man. This is why. First of all, I'm a techie, so I'm excited about this stuff. I'm just.
I do hear like mixed stuff. Is this this streaming device just for Game Pass? Because I have heard that.
From my understanding, it's going to be for everything. You know, everything across the board.
Everybody done heard that. Everybody keeps saying, "Oh, you know what I heard, right?"
At the end of the day, that's why Luca, shout out to Luca, didn't even cover it because we literally don't know nothing. We had to speculate. Microsoft isn't making a comment for us to not speculate.
But like Lord Soft said, you are correct. But like Lord Soft said, the rumor comes from a very credible source, right?
Oh no, I've been told it's true. Like,
right. So I would lean to believe that there's some a lot of truth going on here. So all I'm going to say is the reason why I'm excited, besides the fact I'm a techie and all this other crap, the thing is, I look at Microsoft and I feel like they don't get enough credit for the innovation they push in the console space each generation. You know what I'm saying? Look at the OG Xbox, right? First, Xbox Live. It's like they're either the trendsetter or they take a trend and take it to the next level.
I mean, if it works out,
you got the next level.
Yeah, you got Xbox Live. They had with OG. They had Ethernet in the hard drive in the box. Custom music soundtracks. 360, one of the best UIs, arguably the best controller. Party chat system was all 360, right? Connect debuted in 360. Then you got Xbox One. They're the king of digital services. It's not even close. Right? So game sharing, play anywhere, cross play. You know what I'm saying? They took the Kinect to the next level. The Kinect was so scary. People thought it was like a government device. It's like, I'm disconnecting this thing. It does too much.
I just feel like when it comes, let me finish.
I got you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they've done all these outstanding things, you know what I'm saying, with it on PC. So I'm just excited. Here's my thing. If it bombs, right, Addict, if it's the worst or they still haven't solved it, you still got the traditional console. You still got the classic way that you play games. All I'm saying is, like what Sav is saying, that if they're thinking about this, that means they're confident. Like they've almost figured something out in this Rubik's Cube of cloud gaming for them to even think about going back at it again. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I get a little skeptical on what we were talking about earlier. Like, are they going to start you know, having this streaming service in mind when they develop games now. Like,
yeah, that's a fact.
I feel like these first party studios from Microsoft's going to be thin, like to the max. Like, they're going to have to hire like an extra 20 people every studio just to handle one thing.
We got to see how this thing works. Yeah. Again, our minds can't comprehend it. Right. And I guess I'll let you wait for it. Because
we haven't seen it. Like, again, the closest thing we have to what is rumored that they're doing is what the Shield is doing, where you have hardware locally that helps push that. So the experience is much improved to what we've seen in the past, right? So my only thing is this, and you know my penchant for thinking that both, you know, Microsoft and Sony want to get that Switch money and that portable. So what if this Scarlet Cloud is small enough that you could just throw a screen on it and make it a portable thing as well?
Well, according to Phil, remember Phil's statement at E3 was that they want this service on all devices.
Think about it. Exactly, because if you think about it, right, the box still requires you to have a television, regardless to what you still have to be in a home setup.
Here's I'm gonna give you the King Grand play that his only begotten son I think is going for, Lord Phil. I think, let's be real, right? When you look at a market like Japan, you know, they're not buying as much the traditional consoles. It's smaller spaces. You know, the mobile gaming rocks out there, right? Now, if you have this service, because let's be real, people talking about, oh, I don't have internet, but look at the mobile scene, right? You're using your phone data to play games, right? So if they're able to get that service onto these devices like phone, that's how you get into markets you're not strong at. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like you got to look at the long-term play.
I think this is about to blow up in their face.
I don't think so.
I don't think. Okay, let me. I don't
take flack
I'm
for
not
it.
with Addict in that part. Like, I don't think it's gonna blow up in their face. I believe when you breaking ground in any direction, anywhere,
you're gonna hear it.
You're gonna be the first one to take the flack of it. And then Sony. Let's keep it 100. You know, Sony has always piggybacked off of somebody else's footsteps. They've always walked in somebody else's shadow. Now maybe they might shine brighter because they try to act like they're innovators with it. You know, that's their crowd base, but they're not. They have never actually been the first in basically anything that I can remember. Don't say they the first console with CD, because PC was doing CD way before that.
They Trojan horse the DVD player into the house.
They were putting that in our houses to push. That system was a failure. All right, now that system was a failure. At the end of the day, it got to the point where that Blu-ray made sense after a while. But when you say something is
saying the PS2 was a failure, man.
Oh, PS3.
It wasn't the PS3 did, not the PS2. The PS3 is the one that was like $700. Yeah, please, man. When he said $699, people really walked out the door. Like, this guy is crazy. I'm not buying that for that little hardware. That's not gonna happen.
Do you
guys? Boss Move is back, y'all. He said, "How am I supposed to trust Xbox to make a cloud streaming console when they couldn't get the cloud to work for Crackdown 3 City Destruction in 5?"
We don't know what Crackdown look like, Boss Move, until it come out. Don't get egg on your face because we'll call you out, Boss Move.
I'm starting to think Microsoft don't even know what it look like. Okay?
Oh my God!
I mean, at the end of the day, like
we running this topic into the floor. Everything is speculation. Let's finish up. Let's bottle up on everybody's bottling this up because listen. At the bottom line of this whole thing, Microsoft is not going to invest in something that they don't see will bear fruit. So let's give them the benefit. You can sit there and say whatever. Those Windows phones was decent. It just didn't take off because you had two juggernauts beating the brakes off of these dudes.
I guess my question to Addict too is, if it bombs, right? So what?
I get that.
At the end of the day, it's an option, right?
I get what are you gonna buy, Addict? What are you gonna buy?
I'm gonna buy. I don't even know if I'm buying a next gen Xbox at this moment. Like,
you gonna buy a PlayStation?
I gotta see what the launch titles are. But
all right, so you might not buy Xbox, so you're not gonna play with us.
Well,
I'm buying one.
It's not even that. Like, look at the perspective that's happened this generation. Like, people always hone in on the negativity, not the positivity.
Which is what you're doing with the Scarlet.
Well, no, but that's what's gonna happen. Like when
you mean absolutely.
Hey, let's say the streaming it does great. You know, it's gonna get a lot of good reception. But let's be real, it could go just the other way, just as easy. It goes bad, and then that traditional console is gonna get overlooked because everyone's focusing on the bad brother. Like,
no, I understand what you're saying. I know you're right. You're right.
Everyone's only focused
on right on this point, and it ties into Saul's point. If they don't get the messaging down, if they have a repeat of 2013 and no one really understands what this thing does, it's a wrap, right? There has to be.
It has to be a wrap, but the fact that it's separate helps.
But
yes, it's not being forced on us.
That's good.
Yeah, if no connect forced in the box. Remember
that's good.
Patrick? Oh, you can't use it without. It doesn't work without. Like that pissed people off.
I'll tell you this, that's though. Good, if that thing flies off the shelf, that PlayStation is dead. I can tell you that.
I'll tell you this: if it does do what it do, King, let's say it's $150 to $200, and it does perform as intended, that's a game changer.
Well, it is a game changer.
That's $200 for a next gen system.
But
you know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
Let's say that do you guys think if let's say the PS4 comes out, if the PS5 comes out at $399, the streaming thing comes out at $199, and the next Xbox comes out at $499, do you think that's going to hurt the overall perception of the brand?
I don't know, man.
If the PS5 comes out at $399, Xbox $100 more, yes, it will.
Yeah,
because they're not coming out $100 more. Yeah, Xbox, that's not happening.
If they have a streaming device that's cheaper than the competition, I really think they're going to try to get away with that. Like, I really do. They're going to try to wing off. Well, we do have a console for you that's cheaper than.
No, see, there you go. You wilding out. That's not Phil.
I can see this. I can see both of y'all points. I definitely can see. I can't see Phil fundamentally, and this is where strategist comes in. He fundamentally understands that the price point was absolutely the biggest problem with the Microsoft launch.
And trust me, listen. You're gonna tell me they didn't know that Sony was coming in at 400?
They're gonna know.
They know what Sony's gonna be coming in price point wise. I mean,
that's all cute and all, but it's like I said, dude. We're just gonna have to see. This could work out great, and if they have no good marketing, no good communications with the consumer, it's gonna blow up in their face.
Well, shout out to Lord Matt's Gaming. We were killing this topic. He said at the end of the day, what games they drop in the next generation?
If God of War 2 and Spider-Man 2, it don't matter what my Xbox does because they don't have the games at the moment. So we'll have to see that. We'll have to see that point as well.
King, you want to wrap up your topic that got us all riled up?
I wrapped it already. I wrapped it up. I put it in the bowl. I threw that in the bushes. I threw that in the bushes probably 20 minutes ago.
No doubt. No, very exciting times. I'm very curious about these rumors, see how it happens. Let's move on to the next topic. Lord Addict, sales battle. What you got?
So I've been seeing a lot of trend on Twitter that a lot of people don't know who's going to win, like, the overall, let's say month to month, the first month of God of War and the first month of Spider-Man, the game coming out in September. What sells better?
All right, let's start with Lord Saul, man. What you got?
I mean, I think you said first month or overall, which is going to be more popular.
I think overall God of War stomped Spider-Man regardless.
Yeah, I mean, God of War's had a lot of time on the market already. I think what Spider-Man has over it is that God of War is big to PlayStation gamers. Spider-Man is big to everybody. So Spider-Man has that ability to just sell gangbusters, especially when they're able to make it an event release. This is not a third-party releases on everything. They have a special edition console for this. So the fact that Spider-Man has that wide appeal, I think is going to help it a lot. I don't. Again, if it's coming out and early reviews are like 10s, like God of War, then I think it has the ability to blow up.
I don't even think if it comes out with, it could come out with the same reviews as God of War. I still think God of War is going to outdo it.
For the whole year?
Okay, well, let me tell you what I know. What do
you know? Let me tell you. What do you know?
I know that you didn't play it. I know that. I did. I know that. I know that part. I got that part. Did you do it? Did you do it yet? Okay,
did you beat God of War?
So no, I didn't because it's in the bushes. It's in my living room in the bushes. It's in the bushes. It's in the bushes. It's in the bushes. But I bet you I beat Spider-Man though.
Okay, I'm gonna beat Spider-Man to your point.
I bet you I beat
Typical game conqueror talk.
Listen. This is no competition between who gonna sit there and blaze and burn their eyeballs out. I'm not burning my eyeballs out. Listen. I told you I'm gonna beat it. I may not beat God of War because it's in the bushes. I don't care. But I'm gonna tell you this. That's Spider-Man. That's
bread is all they care about.
Listen, that Spider-Man is going to sell like gangbusters. It is a far superior game. It's a far better looking game. When you see the game,
I love we have like legit information. It's a far superior game, and you ain't beat it. But that's just none of my business.
What are you talking about? I played both of them. If I sat there and I played it, I could tell you for 5 minutes.
And you played a couple hours of God of War and Spider-Man.
Wait, time out. All right, time out. You're talking from a perspective of I don't know, and I'm talking from a perspective I know. Did you touch it?
Jack, nothing, man. You didn't
the sad part about it is you're a fanboy of that God of War. That's good for you. That's you out here. God of War in it. You're a fanboy of it. So just because you're a fanboy of it and I'm not a fanboy of it, I don't like it. I threw it in the bushes. I brought it and I threw it in the bushes. You brought it and you love it. I don't like it. So what? I don't like it.
You're doing the same thing with Spider-Man. You literally have played a demo and you acting like this game is
but I like Spider-Man though. I like Spider-Man though.
Why can't I like God of War?
And I feel that Spider-Man gonna sell more.
And in that first one,
I think I do bend the knee on this.
Oh, yeah, I would like to bend the knee on this. I would like to bend the knee on this. I would like to get down, lay down. But I want you to bend your knee on camera. I want you to bend your knee. I don't want no avatar. I don't want no avatar. I want your face. I want to see your face and I want to see your knee. I want you to get down on camera.
You have some wax stuff.
No, listen. You see this? Look at me. You see this? This is me going down on one knee on camera if it happened. I'm not gonna do it.
Now, what's the bet though?
So why do you always have? No, hold up. Why do you always have to do some crazy stuff? Like
first month sales. Why you can't get down and lay down? Why you scared now?
All I'm saying.
Why you scared now? You yelled out bend the knee. I say yes.
Okay.
I say yes.
What?
I'm in your grill now. What's up? Where that energy at? Give me that energy back.
The energy different?
No, energy ain't different.
See what happens when you confront them back? See what happens when you
why don't you
push
let
the bully
me talk?
Back? Go, bully. You're a bully.
Hey, Addict.
Man, I'm just muting my mic.
Oh my lord! It's up for him today. Oh my god, I don't know what's going on.
When you let him go, I say go ahead and talk. He don't want to talk.
Because you interrupted me for 10 minutes straight. What you talking about?
Addict, go ahead, talk. Get your point off.
No, I say that Spider-Man is it going to get outsold by what did God of War do in a month?
It was pretty, wasn't it like?
I think it was 5 million, wasn't it?
Yeah, something crazy.
So by month do you mean that month that it released?
The month it released, that month that it comes out.
You gotta remember, God of War came out April 20th. You had 8 days left in the month.
Okay, and I'm still that Spider-Man gonna get that word.
Spider-Man comes out the 7th. Right? So
Addict, Sovereign, stop talking science to him. Leave him and let's get this neat. This is between me and him. Sovereign, please be quiet. I want this neat
at the end of the year. Have the entire year and it outsells everything.
I want that smoke. Addict, I'm looking for that smoke. You gonna give me that smoke?
Let's get the criteria of what the bend the knee is.
1 month.
Exactly.
So it's first month sales. So when the MPD comes out after,
so it's got to surpass 5 million sales in the first month.
No, it got to surpass that first month sales.
Hold on. We got PlayStation Bruh. We got the Lord Bruh. He's in the chat. He would know. God of War did 5 million in a full month. that is straight from PlayStation, bro. So basically, Spider-Man has to surpass that. Is that what we've been
in a whole month? So he's talking about 30 days, not whatever's left in the month from the day that it releases.
Right. Is that what we're betting? Is
30
that
days from launch, and it does not include bundle.
Great. You gonna bend that knee on camera?
Well, we already spoke to Matt Piscatella.
I'm not doing that. Like I'll do it regular, but I'm not bend the knee. Why do you always have to have some weird ass bet?
Why you always gotta be scared?
So then what is the bet then if he's willing to put his convictions on the line with Spider-Man?
Look, bet a game. Because I'm getting this game for free.
Why are you trying to get free stuff? You just told me to bend the knee, and I said yes. I don't listen. That's the thing. Listen. Let's stop with this free stuff. Let's stop with you trying to get free stuff now.
Well, if you're gonna win, why am I getting free stuff?
Why are you trying to finesse a game? Why are you trying to finesse something? Everything with you is a finesse.
I'm confused.
Why don't you just get out on your knee? I want your knee.
Explain to me how the loser gets free stuff.
So wait, hold on. Why don't we do this? If, like I said, if King wins, like I said, you bend the knee. If you win, you get the game. But if you both
giving up no game for me, I don't want no game for. You know what? Bet. Forget it.
No bet.
Bet. I'm with it.
Oh, he's with it. All right, so he's with it. So, Addict, if you win,
I'm with it, and I want you on camera on that knee. I want full camera.
I'm not doing this bend the knee stuff.
I do the game. I do the game. I want you on your knees.
He's confident that Spider-Man is going to win. So why aren't you confident God of War is going to win?
Because he's scared.
No. When I take your money at the month,
you ain't taking nothing. You know what you're going to take? You're going to take that L. Ooh, that's going to be you.
It's whatever, man. I'm going to make sure you get a game that starts with an L because that's how much you
I don't care what you buy. I know I know. I'm a screenshot that. I'm a screenshot. Wear that on a T-shirt every time for a whole 2 years.
Man, we about to have last time I checked, King, when have you want to bet against me?
That's
I won. You know what bet I won? I won. You know what bet I won? That you wasn't gonna show up to E3.
That's not a bet.
That's the bet I won.
Let's talk about the list war.
Let's talk about that bet though. Let's talk about you not showing up to E3. And that's the bet I won.
We have it on record. ILP 72. Bend the Knee has returned in 2018.
Dumb stuff, but it's not going to even go to that because I know.
I'm screenshotting you and I'm putting you on a T-shirt. You're going to be the new T-shirt.
That's the all this the chat is lit. This is wild. Say it with your chest, all the smoke. You know what I'm saying? Lord Addict with not the anti-bend knees. It was like it was crazy today.
He gonna bend that knee. I cannot wait to get you on that T-shirt.
Oh, I can't wait to see how that.
You don't get up until I say you can get up. That's how the knee works.
Addict, just some advice. You better pick a deluxe edition day. You know what?
Oh, I am. Obviously, we know that.
That's what I'm talking about. You should bet the console, Addict. You should just bet the PS4.
Let me get my chat. I don't know. I mean, to be honest, when I first heard this topic, I was like, all right, brought it to the round table, and I'm like, God of War is such a beast, right? And MPD, but I can't front. Salute to Lord Xbot. He's a big Spider-Man guy. I was with those guys on Crossfire and stuff, and they were talking about it. And it just seems to be getting just so much momentum. Then I'm seeing the suits. And the other thing that has me is I can't front that pro bundle. Yo, you know what I'm saying? With that red, like that's the first bundle I seen. I'm like, yo.
The thing about it is the game that comes with the bundle doesn't count.
Doesn't count. I know that because Matt Piscatella cleared that up with us when we had him on in the realm and from MPD. That whatever if the game is packed in, that doesn't count.
Actually, we're gonna have to reach out to Matt Patel and get him on the when you bend the knee there, Ken.
We want to see that. Okay.
The funny part is gonna be your face when your knees is on that ground. I think the best part of that is I'm gonna lord over you. See, listen. Lord Sovereign and LordCognito will attest to this. I can fail with you a million times. It don't matter. When I get that one, I'm gonna rag you like a dog. I'm going to rag you like a dog. I'm going to drag you through the street.
And when I
get that picture, listen to me.
I just want to openly state how many bend the knees have you won?
What are you talking about? You only had one bet with me.
No, I'm talking about in general.
You had a list.
You lost the art.
You had a list.
You lose more.
Listen, you know why? Because you are afraid. Listen, you are one of those people that are afraid. You're afraid.
How? I'm the one.
So when somebody challenges you with something that you're not sure about, listen, right now, you're going to become the best meme the internet has ever seen. You are going to become a hashtag.
Feel like you're going to win this because I know you're losing.
Because when I got, listen, you know why? You know why I'm going to win? When I take a picture, because the t-shirt is going to happen. I see it clearly. I'm going to have you on your knees in a t-shirt. I'm going to have somebody screenshot that. And I'm going to have that picture. And I'm going straight that same day and print out at least 13 different colors. And you're going to be the new Bend the Knee. And I'm going to sell that shirt exclusively through Iron Lord. And I'm going to promote the hell out of it. I'm going to get, you want a game? I want your name. You are going down. And it's going to be so much fun because your face is going to be mortified.
Look, man, all I know is when I knew for a fact you're going to lose that list and I didn't capitalize. I will be capitalizing this time.
You know what? I want you to understand this. I put the video up. I'm the one that put the video up. See, this is where you don't understand. Yeah, but no, you don't have to give me anything. I command respect. You don't have to give me anything. I command it. Hey, you don't have to give me anything.
What you want me to pre-order?
The link for the Lord Addict shirt. Y'all savage.
Yo, listen. This is the problem. See, what you don't understand is I have no fear of loss because the greatest fear is not doing anything. All right, so I'm going to win. And when I
just want to know what the damage
it's gonna be none. I don't have damage control. I don't have damage control.
Listen,
see, that's the whole thing. I lose so much.
Y'all. This is a lit one. I can't wait. I cannot wait.
You become a literal meme. This is the best part about this. You actually are going. I'm going to make you trend. Remember, I want you to understand something. I told Cognito.
So much editing on this podcast in October. You have no idea. I'm going to take every time you say I'm going to be a meme, and then I'm just going to pop up God of War.
Yo, I cannot wait. I cannot wait when they say Spider-Man sold 7 million, and you look over your shoulder. And say, look, man, I'm a meme. I don't want to hear that you're not on the podcast that weekend. I don't want to hear that you're not on that podcast that weekend. I don't want to hear that you sick. I don't want to hear that your internet don't work. I don't want to hear that you ain't got no camera. I don't want to. Listen, I don't want your camera not to work. I want your camera working.
Is true. He'll come through. He ain't on it. He ain't on no BS.
His knees gonna come through. I want him in his knees.
We're gonna pre-order the game live when you lose.
We gonna do it on camera. You stupid addict.
Yo, Requeno, I got you on those Addict knee shirts.
Yo, shout out to PlayStation, bro. He said this is tough for me. Spider-Man has 50 years of fans. No Spider-Man game has ever had this much attention. If any game can top God of War, it would be Spidey. But like Sam Tober said, September is loaded.
You gotta look like when's the last time a Spider-Man game was good? A lot of characters going to remember.
This one is.
Hey, well, see, here's a lot of people like, oh, there's a Spider-Man coming out in September. Well, the last 8 I played has been trash. They're not going to know it's made by good developers.
The PlayStation fan base, the ones that are hardcore already finished God of War and threw it in the bushes, and they looking for that next one. Like Lord Kratos. Lord Kratos is Lord Spidey right now. They're going to push it, bro. You're in trouble.
All right, so that's what we got. That's what we got. Ben the Knee has returned officially, the first one in 2018. This is a fun one.
No, you guys did one. He has 2 Ben the Knees going on right now.
Yes, that's correct. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, because you know why? I went to Ben the Knee and you didn't. So I'm down with that over there.
The only person I took the Lord of no fear is LordCognito. You ain't getting that.
Oh, yo, wait a second. Mm-hmm. Your conviction got you buying a $250 Destiny.
Okay, and I did it. I was a man of my word and did it.
Your conviction was $250 Destiny.
Let's move on.
Cognito got the ghost. Cognito got the ghost. He got the ghost on you. I'm gonna ghost you too.
How much you want to bet that?
September is bad.
How much you want to bet that?
September's your cuckoo.
That episode in October is the only episode this man ain't going to have a fixed time.
What's nuts is you lost in September before.
And on that note, we're going to be moving on from this topic. Lord, I'm up, man. This is me. So this topic is actually inspired by my Flashpoint brethren, Ebontis, who's on vacation. We kind of argue about this all the time. So I wanted to bring this to the round table. Since E3, we're going to talk about that Destiny Forsaken talk. So since E3, with all the vidocs, Game Informer coverage, revealing Cade's death, the question is this. I'm going to bring this to the table. Is Bungie making a mistake by showing too much inside coverage of the game more than 3 months ahead of release? Let's start with Lord Addict. Are they messing this thing up?
I wouldn't say they're messing it up. I feel like they know that it's been a bad year for Destiny, and I feel like they know that they lost a lot of their player base. They got a lot of it back over the past couple weeks, which is good. But I do feel like they know that, look, we're asking $40 for this. Like, we got to make sure that these people are sold. I do feel like they're saying too much. But I think they're scared if they don't say enough that they're not going to get the sales.
Me, you on the same page. Now, here's the thing. Like, I got to defend my man, Lord Bontis. You know what I'm saying? His point is, he's like, yo, but I can get, what I'm showing. But like, first thing, he was very upset about the Cade death. Like, were you upset that they showed that? Like, he felt that should have been revealed in story, or do you think like the shock value of it is actually what's leading people to actually purchase a Forsaken?
Let me explain one thing to you, that there's nothing that sells something more than a famous character dying. Look at The Walking Dead, and no one misses out on the finale because they know someone's dying, like almost every season. So people are going to want to know. Cade's probably been the most charisma person in Destiny since launch.
Facts. He literally saved Taken King too with great dialogue.
Yeah, so him dying like had a lot of people like, it wasn't even that it was ruined. It was like, yo, they didn't kill my man Cade. Like, they did not just kill my man Cade. Now people are gonna wonder why he was killed. So they're gonna pick up that story just to find out.
It's a good marketing. Okay, all right. And what have you got a chance to see any of their Game Informer stuff? Because I know one of them.
Nah, I stay away from all that.
Okay, so you just been smart and you've been key. Okay, I got you.
I don't really mess with Game Informer in the first place.
Got you. Shout out to them. They follow me. Just want to keep the relationship. I like y'all. Never mind. But Lord Saab, our resident Destiny expert.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, man. Like, what do you feel? And Lord King's rolls on. What do we feel? What do you feel about that? Like, how do you feel as a person who like, how do you feel they're handling?
Do you even know who Cade is?
Oh my!
Of course I do. I played enough.
Yo, Addict is savage, dude.
I played like a month straight when it came out. I mean, I was in there, but then
Cade is the robot. Just clarify.
Yeah, he's a robot face guy. This sounds like Nathan Fillion.
No. All right, so we clarified he knows what it is.
No, but I think they did the right thing by bringing that out first. Like, there's nothing like negative narrative around the game when you surprise people with something like that. And let's say for whatever reason, like the gameplay doesn't live up to what people want it, right? They're gonna focus on something like that, being surprised by something like that. Unless of course, like the payoff after he gets killed is some huge thing. So I think they were worried about people having just a negative reaction to seeing that in game. So they wanted to get that message out there, and hope there's still hope.
I do think that, like, if you look at it from like the other perspective, let's say that they didn't announce it,
right?
They let you find out in story,
right?
It's better to tell someone before story starts, so they'd be curious on what happens.
Right.
After the hype's already starting to die down, okay, died, and you find out 3 days after the game comes out, and it's like, oh, well, I know the ending now. I don't need to buy it.
Yeah, it depends. Like, it's one of those things. Like, to me, they weren't 100% sure how people would react, and they decided to do the safe thing and make sure it was out there so that people could focus on the other stuff in the game.
Yeah, right. They low key, they were like, "Yo, we're gonna tell people he dies, and if we get too much of a backlash,
we'll bring him back. We'll bring him back." And in terms of like talking about the other stuff in Forsaken so early, for me, if they continue to do what they did with Whisper of the Worm leading up to the game, like within the next month, I think they said that all the new exotics will be appearing before the actual drop. They say
well, they had a big trailer right now where they showed a good chunk. There's no confirmation just yet that they're going to show all of them, but there's, they've had some history of doing stuff like that.
But I heard that some of them, at least some of them, are appearing before Forsaken actually drops.
Right.
So if they do what they did to Whisper
not in the
Worm and
game.
make it, so where would they appear?
No, they're just talking about
they appear in video. Yeah,
they would never drop the exotics before the Forsaken content.
They wouldn't.
No, they would never.
No,
the only thing they're doing early,
doing
early before release that is confirmed is the weapon slot changes that the Destiny community complained about when D2 went to that new weapon system.
Right.
Not be able to have the shotgun and all that stuff and the energy slot and how D1 was. They actually bringing that new change that they were going to save to debut at Forsaken like a week or two before Forsaken releases, so people can get used to the new weapon change. That is confirmed. That's the only thing coming early.
So stuff like that, again, like I was talking about Whisper of the Worm, if they do something, or maybe not with the exotics they already talked about, but if they do something else with the next, and you have August left, right? You have a month left before this comes out. So yeah, if they continue to do stuff like that that's brought everybody back to the game, or at least the hardcore back to the game, I think they're fine. I think they're fine.
Lord King, you've been following this news. You've been playing a lot of Destiny.
No, let me stop you right there. So, what I do with my information is I lean on Chris, Cali Realness.
No doubt.
Hashtag him, follow him. Yeah, hashtag follow Cali Realness and on Twitter.
No doubt.
He's a high-powered clanmate. And I lean on him for every last drop of information. Like, inspect my inspect. That's his motto. So his motto is out there getting all the finest clothes and letting you know where to go and what to do. Him and T4, that's like LeBron James and Kobe. Like, they're real like that. Yeah, they're completely beast with it. So I listened to him for information. I told him to also be on Flashpoint with you a million times. He's been explaining to me. I have literally not watched any video. I've made sure I don't watch anything. And I get little leaks here and there from him. What he explained to me, he watched the video the other day and he saw a lot of the guns, a lot of the armor pieces. He's really hyped about some of the stuff that's coming out and what stuff look like. Like, I played at E3. I played the Gambit mode. It blew me away. I'm totally sold on it. I was sold on it to begin with, but the Gambit mode was incredible. If you like escalation with fun and friends, it's just really nice. So as far as they didn't overload me, because I'm one of those people that I don't want to know too much. I like to experience on my own. So if I hear something through friends, which I have been hearing, because a lot of people have been watching these streams and stuff like that, that's when I learn a little bit of it. And I'll be like, yo, chill with the spoilage. I just want to see it. I can wait to September. I can get it for myself. But most of the information I've heard already from like you guys and stuff like that. So, Cali Realness is the one who actually been putting me through on stuff. So, no, I have not seen anything.
Okay. So, in your opinion, you don't feel this is a mistake. You feel this is something necessary they had to do, or you feel like under norm. Like, what's your whole feeling about these reveals, though? Like, is it too much? I think
it's great. I think y'all are already used to it. They have gotten y'all used to set little packages up for you guys to follow and little trails and showing you things. They know how to build curiosity because they don't really go too much into what the weapon is doing and what's their perks. They show you the weapon and they might show you a screenshot, and these people stop a screenshot and look and see what the perks is on the guns. They're going back and they're talking about it. So it's like they are masters at building anticipation for something. And what we've wanted was our Taken King, and from every account, from everybody, this is the Taken King. This is the DLC that we've been looking for. And the armor, from what I hear, the gear, they talking about you won't even be needing the old guns that you had because they're bringing a whole
random rolls back.
Guns. So no, I think they're doing it just right, because the anticipation is at an all-time high. Dropping that one, like Sovereign said, dropping that Sleeper Stimulant 2 mission. Genius.
It just steamed. It started like this progress. Like, it just brought everybody back. And like, you hear people like, you see different videos up every single day about how they did this, how they did that. Like, that's what brings this community together, man. If they keep doing that, I mean, because what you can do with that is you can take a weapon or some armor, whatever, that by itself is whatever, like it's not a big deal. And you create like a narrative around it, like, oh man, you gotta go do this to get that, and it makes people excited to go back and play the game.
Absolutely, because exactly. Because now you're seeing all this stuff, and now it's like, damn, I gotta start playing Destiny again before this new joint come out. Yes, my point. Let me jump in and I'll wrap this up. So yeah, pretty much, man. And like I said, shout out to Buns. I want to pick on him because I love him, man. That's my brother. You know, we do that Flashpoint. We talk our talk, and he's passionate about it, and I get it. And he's not all the way. He understands what they're doing. You know, his whole thing is like, damn, they had to reveal K's death though. Damn, they're showing so much excitement. What are we gonna get the game? Well, is there gonna be anything new that we don't know? Like, I get him, you know what I'm saying? And I definitely wanted to reflect his stance correctly. I think for me, and my argument always to him is like, look, man, they've got no choice. This is do or die for this franchise. Anthem's coming, Division 2's coming. You know what I mean? So they've got to get the crowd back now. So the only thing I've seen, which is different, is I've never seen so much pre-hype 3 months ahead. Usually you get that pre-month, the DLC drop September, you know, E3 show a little something, but come like in, like top of August is when you start really normally, like when Tank came in, that's when you start to get the information blast. We're getting that now, like July, like since top of July, we've been getting it nonstop. But I think it's smart. First of all, the marketing team is outstanding. They know how to show off things well. They know how to get you pumped. Them vidocs is hot.
It's amazing how much like a 40-second video got people.
Shout out to the Lord Addict. Look at Gaming Addict's channel. He did a reaction video. You know what I'm saying? It was a raw reaction for the first time. When people see that, that's what I'm seeing in the community. And then what does that do? That makes you excited to actually play the base game again.
They had an exotic where if you slide, you
deflect.
Deflect projectiles.
So I think they gotta show stuff.
That's
I think
insane.
they got so this way people know, yo, I gotta get it. Look what they doing. They doing this, they doing that. It's very clear. You know what I'm saying? So and with the story aspect, yeah, it's a little shock value with the cave thing, but I think you know how many people I've seen on Twitter say, yo, we got to get them dudes, yo. Who did that to my mans? And the whole story is kind of like a Western. They've said it. Like the story is based on an old Western. You got 10 names on the list. That's who get it. Okay, we gonna mark this Baron off. We're gonna get that Baron. We're gonna get all of them till we get to Aldrin, and then we're gonna find out what the raid is and all this other stuff. So I think the marketing is genius. I think they had to do it. It's generating this. Look at what's going on in the community right now. And I say if that didn't happen, I don't think it's the same. I don't think, this fever rush that everybody has right now.
Oh, yeah, make no mistake. They needed to do something this drastic. They needed to.
Destiny 2 was a laughing stock out here in these game streets. It was just terrible. Like people, and look at the one last point. I want to shout out to Lord Eric Jackson, who said it best. He said, even if you're a Destiny hater, right? He said the trailer to market is so good that even for a split second, you might contemplate buying it. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it in D1 with, shout out to my man, I'm going to put him under the bus, like Solid Rev. He's a Destiny hater. He be clowning me on my Twitter. Oh, he's still playing that. And I forgot when Take King came out. He's like, yeah, it's LordCognito. With my son, I wanted to know, do I need I say, yep, there it is. That's when you know the marketing is got. The people who've been hating the most or just done with Destiny come right back. So that's my point on it. Shout out to you, boss, man. Love you, bro. Ain't nothing personal. Lord Solve, next topic. We're playing stocks and bonds again. Stocks and bonds.
Every now and again, you have a slow news week, and you have to, you got to dig for stuff, So I had to dig for some dirt on the Switch. So let's talk about it. All right. So industry analyst, well, not a gaming industry analyst, a Wall Street analyst, named Atul Goyal. He works for, he's an analyst for a company called Jefferies, who's somebody who's commented on gaming before, specifically Nintendo. And he's been known to be fairly bullish about Nintendo's ability to stay strong in the market, their stock price to be high, and to sort of maintain growth throughout the life cycle of the Switch, which is a difficult thing to do, to maintain growth and not plateau. But he's recently changed his projections, saying that he thinks that Switch is going to plateau, not have this exponential growth that he had initially thought, and he's cutting like the projection for the stock price, right? And he's attributing the cut in the stock price number to the fact that he thinks Switch sales are going to plateau, right? So we talked about this, was it last week, the week before, about how we think Switch sales are going to be just fine. And to be clear, I still believe this. I think when Pokemon comes out, when Smash comes out, especially with Pokemon, I think sales are going to be crazy. Now, one thing I do sort of agree with about the plateauing of it to a certain extent is this. We are a year and a half, more than a year and a half into the Switch's life cycle. There's been no talk yet of Switch 2.0 or the next revision, right? And I think that's something that if you look at what they've done with 3DS and their portables in general, a year out after release, you're already seeing a revision of these, whether it's, improved backlight, battery life, whatever, smaller, fixing things that in the initial design people deem to be not perfect. And they haven't done this with Switch yet. And I think they need to do that because it's like they're positioning it really, really as a home console that it's one thing. They're not going to make big changes to it, but it's not really that. The Switch, to me, the Switch is a portable console that has home capabilities. That's what it is. And you need to push it forward the way you would a portable system, which is what they've done with the 3DS, and they haven't done that. And to me, like, if you for somebody like me, for somebody like you, for somebody like King, if you're going to even consider another Switch, it has to be considerably more powerful. That's when you talk about the next Switch, that's what I want to see, right? But one thing that they haven't done is they've not addressed how they plan to move everybody that's on 3DS to this platform. They haven't talked about a smaller Switch that's more kid friendly, that's maybe not modular. They haven't talked about any of this stuff, and it's so weird because to me, there've been rumors about the next 3DS. Dude, if that's actually true, that is a dumb move. You're continuing to segment.
Hey, King, I could have sworn we've talked about this in the past. About
you know what it is, yo. Listen,
like, why are we talking about it now? Why are you acting like it's a problem
you know why they talk? You know why they're talking about it now? It's because
it came up.
The stocks is dead, right? and right now,
the stocks are dead.
If you listen to Sovereign long enough, he's gonna reveal his hand. He can't play poker.
I just want to tell the chat that 9 times out of 10, if we talk about the Switch, it's neither LordCognito or Lord Sovereign's topics. It's 10
out of 10. It's 10 out of 10. That's guaranteed 10 out of 10.
But listen, I want you to know,
unless Nintendo headquarters blow up, that'll be a King topic. Otherwise, it's me.
Listen, Addict, this is what he just spin doctored you, right? What he did was he was supposed to just drop the whole stock thing, and we're supposed to talk about the stock thing, but he tried to sidetrack you and move you away from the stock part and talk about they should be doing this and they should be doing that. And why are they talking about a 3DS? Let's get back to that stock part that predicted it was supposed to be hot and it's not for him right now, and he's dumping his stock. Let's get back to that part. Let's stop talking about that rhetoric.
King trying to rope-a-dope you.
I don't want this establishment, this topic making you think that I still think you're not going to lose that been the need. But
we got
you know why? Because you invested in Smash Brothers. I hear you. I'm not, but in this whole thing, you gotta know a brother, and I know him. That's my man's. So I knew what he was gonna do. Like, I knew he was coming. I saw the curveball before he threw it out the glove, and I said, I'm gonna knock this right out the park. I saw you set up. I saw you release, and I'm going to smash that out the way. So you're not sidetracking me with that 3DS crap. Let's push that over.
Let's back to the matter.
Exactly what he's going to do.
Let's get back to the stock, though. Let's know. The fact is, it's a fact.
I do want to say the topic name is Switch stock, not D3DS.
It's a fact that he had high projections, and it's a fact that he had to lower expectations.
It's not Piscatine. Lower expectations because he thinks Switch is not going to sell as much.
Right,
because he
direct
knows
correlation.
friends.
Okay.
The man,
And
this is his job.
And I'm
He knows
saying
friends.
why the Switch isn't going to sell as much. I'm agreeing.
We ain't asked for the why. Let's talk about what's happening though. Let's not talk about the why first. Let's get to what's going on right now.
I'm ready. I'm
There's
gonna jump in.
There's no new Switch in the wild that's going to appeal to me unless it's more powerful than the one that I have. Right. So the only audience they haven't touched yet is that 3DS audience. How they gonna move that people? Are you gonna tell me that it makes sense?
Been dead since November 2017. He's a
sad.
Sorry.
They've never I said from the start, like that 3DS is gonna kill them more than anything else, and they're not gonna drop that.
They're not letting that go.
They're not.
They're not letting that 3DS go.
At the end of the day, regardless what you guys want to say, they promote this more as a console than a handheld. They're gonna keep the handheld market.
You think they're really gonna come out with a straight up successor to the 3DS?
They said it. They're already working on it.
No compatibility with Switch. It's gonna be its own thing. Its own.
Because the majority of the market sees this as as a handheld.
You got a portable Wii U. All your games, the gravy train is over, brother. This is it. It's over. All your Wii U games that you stole from the other library, it's over.
So tell me this,
train is done.
Do you think
they starting to splash on you guys?
The only way a new 3DS appeals to me if it's more powerful than a Switch.
Then
at that point, and then at that point, do you understand? Like at that point, what are you doing? You're cannibalizing.
You got to
switch.
Yeah, you got to switch though.
And what's funny is I don't know why they're making a 3DS because they're making Pokemon on the Switch. So
they're making it for my son.
Oh, I agree because
I'm gonna buy it.
I'm gonna buy it Switch as their premium device, and they're looking at the 3DS still as more for kids and the normal device. Because there's people like King and there's a lot of people who are not gonna buy their child a Switch.
I'm not because it breaks too easy.
People forget
I'm buying them a 3DS.
That we look at it from the the Western perspective, but they're looking at it from they're looking at it worldwide, but they make so much money in Japan off the 3DS. So they're going to go after that market.
It's a huge market. It's like the only thing I can say, Sav, is almost like when the PS3 came out, it was hard to kill off the PS2 because the PS2 was just so dominant. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. They're the victim of their own success.
I think
maybe
a little bit before last was the last PS2 game. Like, think about that.
Yeah,
but it's not like they came out with a PS2 Plus. Like this is what Sovereign's upset. Sovereign is upset.
Why am I upset?
He's you're upset because you like, okay, stop talking to those people and just let them die already. They're not dying.
You know what though?
They're gonna.
I just think it doesn't make sense that when you have
Nintendo has never done anything that makes sense.
True, and to be fair, Nintendo's never really been consumer friendly. If you think about it, they've never really been consumer friendly, right?
They're pretty much like you got to do what we want you to do. Nothing else. Nothing
we got to shout out Relevant Native, man. He said he waiting for that Cow Milker Pro too. I'm done. Yo, let me jump in. I'm putting it.
How much you want to bet? Like next year, we're gonna start seeing like a Majora's Mask remake for this one. This is what happened. They done used all the Wii U. Now they're gonna go to the GameCube.
Oh my God. King said that they're done with the Wii U, but they're not. They still have Mario 3D World.
We got some old bangers.
Well, no, apparently Mario Maker's been rumored. No, Mario Maker's coming out.
Oh my God!
Listen, our cabinet is not bare yet. I'm gonna pull. Let me
that's the hashtag system remaster.
I'm gonna pull an Addict. I'm not concerned. Pokemon Smash coming.
Yeah.
Unannounced 28 titles. Let's move on.
I can get down on that.
Yo, you almost made me die on camera.
I covered April. And we got to give you some old hits with a little remix, a little Vaseline off of it. You know what I'm saying? We got to do what we got to do.
Yo, listen, they don't remaster anything. They just put out the same game. Yo, they literally don't add anything.
Well, in that Donkey Kong game, they were like, we're going to give you this character and say it's a completely new game. But
no, they give you all the DLC. They give you the DLC and be like, shebang.
How much was Tropical... how much was that? Was it 50 or 60?
No, but in all seriousness aside, I mean,
so
I don't
60
feel
physical. Got you.
I don't feel it's affecting the numbers, but the stock concern is the stock concern. They got to start announcing stuff, otherwise people are going to feel that way. That's just how it is.
That's a good point, Sovereign. Luigi's Mansion's coming out for the 3DS and not the Switch. So I think there should have been red flags right then and there.
Yeah. So, also, if you want to get this going, wrap this up on your own joint.
I mean, listen. To me, I just think the console's still gonna sell. The freaking, stock prices. Again, everything is based on fear and speculation. So stock prices until they know stuff is coming, that's all it is. But it's going to continue to. I don't know what kind of astronomical sales numbers they had in mind for the Switch. But
oh God,
they're going to plateau.
Yo, this guy, this guy, astronomical numbers.
The way that it's looking, don't be surprised. The way that it's looking, don't be surprised if they make that same Pokemon game next year coming out for the 3DS too.
We'll see. Well, we know that this one is not. It goes not a full fledged, and apparently, they're supposed to be a traditional, real.
No, that's what I
meant.
That's what I meant. That one.
Yeah, it's very much so. I wouldn't be surprised. Look, at this point, we can't put it past Nintendo, but they do need to announce new stuff. Otherwise, stockholders are not going to be as bullish.
They're going to put inside that 3DS is going to have the location tracker. It's going to have all that stuff that y'all been asking for. Inside that Switch is going to be in that 3DS. So now you can do Pokemon Go on your 3DS for real, though. Like with the camera, and you can capture them. Yeah. So my son is going to have a great time with the new 3DS that we are all looking forward to coming out and killing the Switch. Like
that's a good point, though. King got a good point. I mean,
to the end of the topic, Switch dead.
Facts.
Yeah,
all right, so that's that. Let's move on to the last one. We fly through this. King, you want me to start it off, or you want me to set it off with VR?
No, start it off.
All right, cool. So pretty much, there's some rumors going around. Pretty good authority. PSVR 2. You know what I'm saying? It's coming. And he said, "Oh God!" And it's some really juicy tidbits right now. Shout out to TechRadarRack.com. They have a tremendous article right now. And it's pretty much saying this thing could go wireless. That something they want to be up to speed with the new with the competition. It's definitely supposed to be an upgrade from the existing PSVR 1, and they're actually going to make it easy to support room tracking. And a lot of cool features, that the current one can't do, as well as, like I said, wireless being not tethered, and an upgraded AMD Ryzen chip as well. So there's a lot of stuff going on with this thing. Resolution bump as well, image quality. So it seems that Sony will be most likely doubling down on VR. And the rumor is that and coincide with PlayStation 5, we may get an announcement, at PlayStation Experience or one of those things in reference to that, or they just could save it for later to launch and coincide. So to the round table, what do we feel about this? And is it, like, to Lord King's point, sometimes, like, do you think maybe this is a waste of time, or Let
me jump off on this.
King, this is you. Yeah, this is you.
Yeah. Let me jump off. First of all, let me give a shout out to the Realness for hitting me in the DMs with this information.
Oh yeah, shout out to the Realness.
Yeah, no, not the Realness, the Finest. Sorry for messing up your name. I do apologize. The Finest put that.
Yeah, real cool dude.
Cali Realness is stuck in my stuck in my head because I'm about to get on some Destiny. But shout out to the Finest for bringing this to the table, and I shoehorn this in this topic, and this is an extra topic that we shoehorn this in. Now, first, y'all hear it live on this. I'm selling my PlayStation VR. I haven't played my PlayStation VR in probably 6 to 7 months. And it's because I was really pissed off with what they did when they pulled out the new VR. They slipped through the door. They upgraded my VR that I purchased and didn't have a buyback program for the other one that I spend that bread on. Now they look like, they throwing the whole joint in the bushes, and they coming with this joint, and they like, it's gonna be the 4K and the wireless head, and with the PlayStation 5, I hear that they have a chip on board to work better with the VR. And I guess that works that way. I'm just going to keep my VR games there. And after I see if it's viable, if it really works, then I'll, buy the machine. But I'm officially getting ready to go down to GameStop and take this VR, and it's out of this house.
Wow.
Because,
wait.
Yeah, no. It's done. It's dead. It's in the bushes.
So it's in the bushes. But my thing is, does the prospects of the new one with all these new features and not being tethered, that doesn't even excite you?
No, that excites me. When I read the information, I was excited by it. I thought that it was a step in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
My problem with Sony is this, right?
Mm-hmm.
That this is such a niche thing, and it has a small fan base. The fan base of it is not large. You understand? A lot of people don't want anything on their face. So, yeah, like, you know, a lot of people really don't. The enclosed feeling of it. Some people got vertigo. There's a lot of problems with it that they have to get over, the hurdles of it. So, a lot of people don't like it. I think, in my opinion, I don't see the sales figures for the VR. So I don't know. Maybe they made a lot of money off of the VR in the way that they marketed and sold it, but I don't see them really in the streets pushing it.
Yo,
you understand?
Savage right now. He said PSVR Double Dip Edition will sell less units than the regular PSVR. The casual market for VR has moved on already, and the majority of dudes buying the Double Dip Edition will be the same guy. They might win a few converts, but it's too little, too late.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel, and I'm going to take a look. See, I'm going to keep my VR games, but the hardware is out the door. And if the other hardware comes in and it's really good, and they have games that can actually take advantage of it, then I'll do it. And maybe they might have God of War 2 in VR.
Well, that Hellblade, right? Then they drop some new VR that's supposed to be crazy. That could be a crazy.
I got Hellblade for Xbox. I'm not buying it for no VR.
You know, but you like Resident Evil for Xbox. You said the Resident Evil on the VR was crazy.
Yeah, but the Resident Evil is the Vaseline edition, because when you have the VR inside, the resolution is not all that. So they resolution got to be God body, like they saying. But I'm not putting. I'm done with them.
Now, listen, let me jump in. And it's funny, I'm gonna be low key defending VR because I'm not the VR guy. But I mean, I got a chance to play for the first time at shout out to Sam. I forgot it was Rebellion Games. They had like some simple game. My first time doing PlayStation VR, and I liked it. It was a simple game, move a ball around, up hills, down hills, avoid traps. I was like, okay, cool, I can do this. I'm not gonna be sick or anything like that. And I actually liked it. It looked cool. You know, as far as the tech itself, it sounds pretty cool. I like the fact that it's not tethered, though. That's a huge deal to me. You know what I'm saying? Now, and the fact that, to be honest, let's give Sony some credit. We always kill them, King, as far as peripherals go. Like they don't kind of stay committed. And technically, they're not staying committed to the first one, but at the end of the day, this is upgrade. This is like the new joint. You know what I'm saying? And I like what they're trying to do to it. The also thing that's a big point that I want to get out to y'all that I found out, and again, shout out to Games Tech Radar, you know what I'm saying, with the article they ran, is that during this information with PlayStation VR 2, what came out is Sony patented a plan for backward compatibility, for a huge library of over 150 plus VR titles that they got right now. And they still got like 100 and some change coming. So it's my assumption, safe to assume, if they gonna launch PS5 with this and they doing backward compatibility for VR, wouldn't you think it's safe to assume that PlayStation 5 will have backward compatibility if this patent is there?
It would make sense that the philosophy carries over, right? I mean, I can see how they figured that the market for PSVR is small enough that you would piss the people that bought the VR thing off if you tell them, no, you can't play these older games on the new one. Exactly. So it makes a lot of sense to do it for VR, but at the same time, it also makes a lot of sense that you carry that philosophy over to your big system.
Exactly. I can't see them doing backward compatibility for just a VR game and not the
Wouldn't it piss you off if it's just for that?
Which would be the ultimate.
Which I would not put past them.
Oh no, that would be the ultimate.
They say, listen, if you want to play your old games, get that PlayStation now. We streaming too.
All I say, I thought this was very interesting, and I mean, let's give them credit, man. They've got a huge library out there. You know, a ton of games are still in development. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, even though I'm not a big VR guy, I can't see myself buying no $300 to $400 peripheral. You know what I'm saying? But hey. If they got a dedicated base. I see people, shout out to Jay Barry. I see a lot of people still rocking with it and dedicated to it. It's just me that will never replace the traditional experience. I need a controller. I'm not trying to have that thing on. Because you know what it is, Saul? You know what it is, King Addict? Remember, if y'all remember when VR first started picking up steam, and I believe it was a Time magazine article, and they had the kid with his arms out.
They had Palmer Lucky. It was Palmer Lucky with the.
Man, I don't know who he was.
He was barefoot. That was Palmer Lucky
with the arms out, looking. I'm like, that's not me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not that guy. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to all my VR lovers. It's just,
Lord Addict.
I'm not.
I just want to ask Lord Addict because he got a chance to try it, and I'm so happy that I got a chance to catch footage of him trying it. I want to ask Lord Addict.
Yes.
And I'm not. I know you're not gonna buy it as something like that. But when you did try it, was it a enjoyable experience for you?
I pass.
Not bad.
No, he played.
It was cool. It was a cool experience. I would say it opened my eyes up a little bit on VR.
Yeah.
But like at the end of the day, like it's something that's cool. It's like E3. It's cool to do one time, but it's not necessary. It's just not.
To me, it's like a 3D movie. It's like it's cool, but it's not a necessity. Like I have to get these glasses and I have to do this every time, you know, for the joint experience. And it's just like I said. I mean, the main hurdle is always what the Connect kind of thing problem had, which is the base is automatically separated, right? You know what I'm saying? Automatic. There's people who are not gonna have it. So developers, you know, now in PlayStation case, they're the market leader, so they got momentum. They're the only person in the space. You know what I mean? Xbox is not in the space, so they have some advantages that can help them. But you know, you're asking devs to not make money from a big portion of the base that doesn't have the peripheral. Yo, shut up, Boss Moves. He said PSVR Tales of Black Tiger would be a game changer.
You know what I noticed? Boss Moves is not in any camp. He trolls them equally.
Yeah, he's troll.
He's an equal opportunist troll.
Yeah, shout out to Anchorman. You know, when I'm with him, he's like, when with the people, the game industry people learn. You can't interfere with the classic controller monitor setup. We try every gen, but no one ever sticks with it. Yeah, that's where I'm at with it. King, you want to wrap this thing and we get out of here, man.
No, it's already wrapped. There's a bow tie on that right there. You know, nobody really cares about the VR, to be honest with you. I tried to champion it. You notice I tailed off of it.
Yeah,
you was the champion,
so you was going hard.
No, you know what it was? It was me shouting into the wind and people like, shut up. Like, really, like, shut up. We don't care about your topic. I didn't cover, you know this? I didn't cover any VR at E3. I didn't talk about any VR at all because you know, I walked past the Sony VR section. The lines was minimal. Dudes really didn't care for it, and the games looked exactly like they looked.
You know what I knew too, because it's funny you said that E3 when we first got in there, and you know, I'm rushing. I forgot what game I was trying to. I think it was Spider-Man. I'm trying to find a Spider-Man booth. I'm like, where's Spider-Man? Where's Spider-man? Yeah, and then like, a bunch of reps were like, hey, I got you. And I'm like, oh, this is Spider-Man. But they said, no, this is VR such and such. I'm like, oh, no, I'm good. So you please direct me to the Spider-Man booth. That's what I want to be. Yeah, and then I saw the real line for what people were waiting for.
The last year, you couldn't get into VR. Like you had to schedule ahead of time.
Right.
This year, you won't press it. Yo, you want to try this? Come on in. No, I
it was like they was hustling me. Hold on, Anchorman.
Yeah, I'm good.
Important announcement.
This better be something relevant.
You better not say no Fallout or no Bethesda, or we gonna mute you.
Oh, you know he's talking Bethesda. You know that.
Keep in mind there, Anchorman. Cognito can't unmod you. I don't know how long you'd be unmodded, but he does have that ability.
Better not be a troll, Anchor. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? A huge. This gotta be Fallout for him to do this. It's gotta be Fallout 76.
He got into the beta. That's all. He got into the beta.
Yeah, something about. Yup, Fallout 76 will release it. I just haven't flocked that man.
Block is behind right now.
All right, so let's wrap the show. That was a good show. That was good. New ILP poll for the week. Okay, with the rumors of a second Xbox Scarlet cloud SKU being discovered, how confident are you that Microsoft can resolve the latency issues generally associated with cloud gaming? A, not confident. Cloud gaming will never surpass traditional console gaming. B, confident. Microsoft appears to be on the right track with the right tools for Scarlet Cloud. Or C, I don't care. All this power to cloud talk is just Microsoft's version of Skynet. That is the question. Those are the choices. Please rock the ILP vote when it goes up on Twitter tomorrow.
Yo, the world's going to get took over by Master Chiefs. It's going to be epic.
No doubt, bro. You came in late, bro. Just see you, bro. Yeah, man. So that's what we got right here. Make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe. There's a lot of stuff going on. Links will be in the description, and Lord Kaibatu will be in the album. Let's do our outros. Lord Addict, where can people find you, and what do you have going on?
You can find me on Twitter. I just
the Twitter.
But you can find me on Twitter. Lord Addict ILP. I will be streaming on the Twitch channel for Iron Lords podcast today, probably around 5.
Okay.
Definitely follow the Iron Lords podcast Twitter. We'll be tweeting whenever that is live. Definitely come through, support. Especially I will definitely be playing something dumb. I don't know what it is yet.
Speaking of which, stream team, we got a new member we're working on. I'm trying to recruit Lord old school style stream team. So I need you, what I'm saying, Lord, and I think Lord Sonaldo, and he said to reach out to you. We got to get him on. He's interested. Good dude. I've seen a couple of his Twitch streams. He's been doing it for a minute. Would be a pleasure to have him in the team. So can we make that happen?
That would complete the rotation.
Yeah, that would complete the rotation.
I'll definitely look at that, and definitely support that. Appreciate I think we had up to like almost 60 people in here.
Wow.
I appreciate everyone for coming through. We got some announcements. I'm secure. I've been put in charge of the guests for next month, so I've been doing that. I got some good stuff coming for you guys, and it's been see you next week.
No doubt. Of course, Lord Saw, what's going on with you? Where can people find you?
Well, you can find me on Twitter retweeting.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate
it. What I do best, I would love to be on Xbox or PlayStation this week, but I don't know yet. So
work hours are tough.
Yeah, I'll be on that Switch playing Hollow Knight. That's what I'll probably be doing this week.
No doubt. That's what's up. Lord King, that combat talk drop. What else you got going on, man?
Well, like LordCognito just said, combat talk is up. You can see the real information being dropped and how fights are really talked about from an analytical standpoint, and the breakdowns and why I'm so accurate with my predictions.
The new Nostradamus.
And the breakdowns of the fights with me is incredible. Shout out to Requenio. Me and Requenio was going back and forth talking about the fight.
I would never do a bend the knee with Lord King.
Leave him alone.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But we are moving heavy in these streets, to be honest with you, and I really appreciate all the support from everyone. Stream team is moving, and it's a beautiful thing. Jump in their streams, like, follow, and subscribe. Get on Instagram. If you want to check us out of pocket or in pocket, or what's really going on, check out the Instagram. It's crazy. The Facebook promotional page that's up, and Twitter. When you follow us on Twitter, you never know where I'm gonna go with certain things, because I'll start a fire and I'll dip out the room and I'll just see exactly what's gonna happen with that fire. T-shirt game, we waiting for a couple of more things. We have a lot of artists working on stuff. We have logos and stuff being done.
I hope you're not waiting for that bend the knee segment.
No. That's something totally different. That popped up today, and really, to be honest with you, it's going to be fun. I'm just going to be making it for me. I will not actually have your image on other people's back. I will never do that to you. That's disrespectful. That would just be for me. That would be too. All right. So I would never do that to you. I just want you to feel shame with me, not with everybody else. That's just trollage. But listen,
it's fine. I really want y'all to
join. I will wear the hell out of that shirt.
No, I know.
Yo, I would sleep in that shirt, and I don't even sleep in the shirt. I would sleep in that shirt.
So you're not going to wear.
Yeah, okay, but what happens when it get made? You sad. You got to cry.
No, if it gets made, I lost. If it gets made, I lost. But you know,
I'm gonna pay your brother to take a picture of you crying. Yo, listen. Let's stop. Let me finish. Yeah. Let's get these clans going. Please join ILP Iron Lords podcast on Xbox, where we at. You know, Xbox we ain't playing on PlayStation because it's not really social with the heads. I don't know what's going on over there. So we're gonna throw those guys in the bushes. But we have like 12 people in every chat. And we have another 12 people in the next chat. We jumping from chat to chat, making sure everybody's getting everything done. Shout out to XBot 448. Yes, sir. Listen, the squad is growing. It's people that you know. It's gamers that you game with.
Facts.
We really game. We don't joke about gaming or talk about gaming not to really game. We really game with you. So join us. You don't have to join no Patreon to game with us. You don't have to spend at no PayPal to game with us. Game with us. Now,
well, technically,
if somebody else tell you, you had to put that up in there. You want to whisper the worm. We might have to. Yeah. This is what we do. This is what we do. Clan is first. If you're not part of our clan, you want Whisper the Worm, $20. You're going to have to hit that PayPal. So you're going to bend the knee. And if I ever catch you join the clan just to get Whisper the Worm and you leave the clan, next time I come through, you're going to pay $50. So don't leave. Stay put.
Loyalty or death. Got you. Oh man, no doubt. Yo, shout out to everybody. Chat was absolutely lit today, man. So much fun. And like I said, like Lord King said, we got a Combat Talk is up on the channel, parts 1 and 2. The man is a boxing aficionado. He understands everything and has been accurate with the predictions. No Flashpoint this past week, because Ebontis is on vacation. He will return when we get back. Also, check out I got the new, trying to get ILP preview started. My little series started back up again. The first one was the indie game called Stay. I got a game coming up once the embargo lifts. I'll get that to the ILP channel ASAP. Working on something. Please check me out. Please support. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, everybody stay tuned for the audio. That stuff will be up later on today, and the poll will be up tomorrow. If anybody got anything else, y'all can enjoy y'all Sunday. We good?
No, we're good. Just got to say, it's going to be a pleasure, King, for you bending the knee.
And on that
note, it's going to be a nice T-shirt. You're a T-shirt, brother.
Everybody enjoy this Sunday. We out. Peace.